My 20 female, BF, 20 male, threw a bag of maggots at me. How to get over this? So basically, my brother and I found maggots eating a pouch of tuna in my brother and I's pantry. I killed them and my brother cleaned it for us. Once he was done cleaning, I had decided to bring my boyfriend to spend time WMYK because I love him. My brother asked my boyfriend to hold a bag to put the bag of dead maggots for security. I have a deep phobia of anything bug related to the point where I will have a panic attack and cry. Like breakdown cry because I cannot handle it. My boyfriend threw the bag at me and laughed. I was crying and hyperventilating while my brother comforted me, trying to stop the panic attack from taking full effect on me, if that makes any sense. I feel hurt. Maybe it was funny but def not to me. I despise bugs with all my life. I DK how to feel at this. There are many things I am willing to forgive, but I don't know about this one. I just really needed to vent this one out. I usually never cry out in the open in front of my brother. So I'm also embarrassed. In the end, he did sincerely apologize. I DK though. Anyways, thanks for reading. If you did. Phobia or not, if anyone threw a bag of maggots at me, I'd be done with them, no matter the relationship. That's incredibly disrespectful. No one in their right mind would do that to someone they didn't actively loathe. Your boyfriend is too immature for you to be dating. To him, it was a joke. He gets a kick out of upsetting you because manipulating your feelings is a source of power. Watch me make her cry. Watch me make her freak out. Watch me make bit run away. This is no different than a school bully. Quit dating him because every week you spend with him is another week where you're with a guy who isn't up to your standards. You can't meet a great new guy as long as you're tied to this current immature guy. The holidays are coming up. Give yourself the gift of being available to meet a new guy who treats you well. Happy 2025. This guy hates you. He shouldn't be your boyfriend. He's straight up cruel to you. Whenever your pain becomes funny to someone else, just kick them to the curb. I've rarely known anyone to change that shitty ass character trait. Don't have sex with someone who enjoys seeing you cry. I think that's probably a ground rule somewhere. You don't get over it. You break up with him for being a disrespectful a-hole. My 25F husband, 25M, controls any decision I make in my life, and I just now realized it. Advice? I posted in another group about another issue today. Just a silly argument we had today, and it's uncovering a lot of issues I didn't realize we have until now. Married for 4 years with a 2.5-year-old. Basically, he literally controls anything I do. I went to college for become an illustrator, a lifelong dream I've had since I was 5. I knew that's what I wanted to be. But he was going to college at the time and didn't want us both to be in it at the same time. Fine, I quit college to work. I hated my job. I was good at it though. I rose positions and went from assistant to manager within a year, and that's what I did even though I hated it. I came home so burnt out and exhausted from working 50-hour weeks. And my husband just went to college, no job, and constantly complained about everything. He was always mad at me for something. He got scared for some reason that we would never have kids. I didn't want kids in my early 20s, but he was scared, so we conceived literally right away. I had a child at 22. He didn't want me to work anymore, so I quit my job right before the baby came. For 6 months, he was always angry at me, always complaining that I didn't have laundry done or dinner ready on time, and now he was complaining that I don't work anymore. Okay fine, contacted my job and I got rehired instantly. They really need me anyway. I've been back for almost 2 years now, but now he's always mad at me for the same reasons he was mad at me before. Laundry isn't done. Dishes aren't washed, so he has to do it because I nag him if he doesn't. So, he wanted me to quit my job. So I did. Now I'm wondering if this is a bad idea. I'm on my lunch break at my last day and I'm getting such bad anxiety about this decision. He's never pleased, so why am I making this decision? I'm just going to go right back into this cycle. I want to become an illustrator so badly. I talk about it all the time. I draw on any surface I can. But he acts like it's a silly dream. Anytime I mention it in our future plans, he just nods and goes, yeah, definitely. But once he is talking about his plans for the future, they usually consist of me supporting him. So I usually mention that I want to be an illustrator, and that's when he gives me a look and just shrugs. We will figure it out. He knew I had this dream since before we started dating. I'm tired of this. Anytime I try to incorporate anything of my choice, it's always out of consideration, or he does it and does it angrily or aggressively. He wants me to act like his mom, who spoils him and his 6 brothers. She does everything for them, and most of them, husband included, don't even know how to cook. It's ridiculous and I'm fed up. Advice on this? Edit to add. I started working out because he wanted me to work out. Wouldn't have sex with me until I lost 5 pounds. I still am so hurt about that. Now, he's upset that I take time out of my morning to work out. I'm not sure where to start. Don't quit your job for him. He can be a big boy and do dishes and learn how to cook. He is 25, time to be a big boy. You should be with someone that supports you. You get one shot at life. You need to pursue what you want to do. It sounds like he was and is jealous of your ambition and baby-trapped you. Do you have anyone you could move in with who could help you with baby duty while you go back to school? Or could you get a place near someone who could help? Contact a counselor at your old university and see what programs they have for parents. Some smaller universities and community colleges specialize in that and do evening classes. Do not quit your job. He wants you reliant on him for funds. He is holding your dream hostage. Read this back and pretend someone else wrote it. What advice would you give them? That is correct. Keep the job. Save money. Leave. Out of curiosity, have his arms and legs fallen off, making him unable to clean or do laundry. #divorce. So, you're living the life he wants for you. And you can't live the life you want for yourself. He should be supporting you in helping you live your dreams. If he is stopping you from that, then maybe this isn't the marriage worth sticking around for. You married the wrong guy. Cheating husband 30F and 30M. What would you do? I, 30F, caught my husband, 30M, cheating recently. I was pregnant during the time. But turns out he was basically cheating for almost a year with his company worker. We decided to separate, but then we started seeing each other and having sex. I had this naive mentality that maybe we were going to get back together. I guess not, since he left with her. I'm here left with really small children. He hasn't even really seen his baby girl. It breaks my heart. This mistress, 32F, if you will, knew he had a family and I was pregnant. I want to reach out to her and tell her a piece of my mind and also tell her he has been sleeping with both of us. This mistress has multiple children all from different dads. She likes to have slutty weekends. My husband basically made her his personality, and basically tailored all his likes and what he does to her. It's ridiculous. I can't even recognize him. I have most of my friends telling me don't do it. If she didn't care before, why would she care now? I think if I say something, it will cause problem with them regardless because she already starting to put conditions. He can't even communicate with me when they're together. It's immature and ridiculous. We haven't divorced yet, we will. I want to point out that I thought he had stopped seeing her when we started seeing each other. I thought we were working things out. He actually said, I am cutting it off with her. I wrongfully believed him. To later find out he wasn't done with her. Also, I did get tested. Just to point out, yes, apparently she's dated a married man who are about to have a kid before she posted this in her social media. Right now, she is preventing him from talking to me. She keeps calling him to check what he is doing and if he is with me. That is how I found out he wasn't fully done with her. Lastly, I found all when I was 9 months pregnant. I had a feeling but thought I was being crazy due to my pregnancy. I'm not sleeping with him anymore. He has been kicked out since I found out. I don't want him back. I feel horrible but I just want to see them apart. What is there even to question? Divorce and get what you're owed off him. You can always thank his mistress for taking out the trash for you. Now she can have your sloppy seconds. Get the divorce and child support and never sleep with your ex again. He will never change and he will always be a cheater. You deserve better. She's a cheater. She doesn't care. It will just make you look desperate. Don't. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. You used a lot of words that seem to blame her. He chose to cheat. He knowingly put his dick in someone else while married and expecting a child. Moving on, getting child support and then creating a fabulous new life is how you win. Let the lawyer handle it all. Just wait until he's her next ex and he comes crawling back. Do not reach out to her. From what you described, their relationship will not last long. Just focus on your life but keep the evidence. Don't give her the satisfaction. She'd love to gloat to you about how she won your man off you. Take the high road and behave way better than her. Is it normal for my spouse, 36 male, to sigh at my 29 female dinners? So totally get people aren't always going to fancy the dinners that their spouses, partners make them. However, I would say 75% or more of the meals I make my spouse has made it a habit to sigh or be disgruntled with them. I constantly ask for his input on meals at the beginning of every week when I meal plan and he never has input. So I feel set up to fail every week because I have to use my imagination. Sometimes I'll repeat meals that he turns out to like maybe a week or two later and then he moans again because it's too soon to make that meal again. His favorite meals are steak and potato or taco meat and rice. But they're not meals our family would eat, so I could make him those separately but I guaranteed if I made those for him every day he'd probably be grumpy. So at this point I'm now questioning if he reacts the way he does to make me feel like shit in purpose. I am currently a homemaker and student so I don't feel like I'm in the position to say just make your own dinners. Just suggested he plans 2 meals a week. He suggested his 2 usual but said he gets burned out. He said he has to be honest and he can't sit there and pretend to like something he doesn't. He said why don't I call his mom and ask what meals he actually likes and make them. Let him make meals a couple days a week. Plan for yourself and tell him it's up to him or fend for yourself the other days. My partner and stepson thank me for every dinner I make even if it's not their favorite. If I don't have thumbs up on a dish from all, I don't make it again. But no one is unkind. Make what you want and he can make a fucking PB&J if he's going to be a dick about it. Menu planning, grocery shopping, and cooking takes about 15 hours of my week. I'll be damned if someone disrespects me like that. I'll take feedback like, less lemon, or, more spice, but if they were rude I'd tell them to have a fucking bowl of cereal or make a sandwich. Not him saying to call his mom like he doesn't know what he likes as a grown 36-year-old man lol. Just stop cooking for him if he's going to moan about it. If he wants meals he can act like an adult and say thank you, this looks great. I saw a cringe TikTok about this last week and I feel like it would hit a little too close to home for you, and that's not a good thing. Why don't you call his mom and ask what meals he likes? I don't know, maybe because he's a fucking grown up and should be able to tell you what meals he likes by himself. At this point, if he can't use his words, just make what you want to make and ignore the passive-aggressive sighing at mealtimes. Oh sis, I have no advice for you because I have a zero-tolerance policy for disrespect and ungratefulness. And as he is unwilling to contribute a solution to the problem, then he is the actual problem. I don't know what to tell you. Follow some recipe blog pages on Instagram. Pinterest some shit? Continually strive for a modicum of gratitude and appreciation you'll never be able to earn until your soul is crushed at the base level and you come back here in a few years saddled with a bunch of kids telling us all the ways you're miserable but can't leave? Call his mom and tell her you've got a return to make. No, this isn't normal. My spouse would quite literally never treat me that way, and if he ever did, I would immediately be asking him why he thinks it's okay to dismiss my hard work. And then he'd be cooking his own food until he apologized and created several full meal plan lists. Then, together for the next month at least, we'd use those meal plan lists to create a compromise that works for the family. And he if ever fucking sighed again at my food without making an actual adult attempt at communication I'd straight up be on my way to the divorce lawyer because I don't stay with men who don't respect me. He has two options. Keep his mouth zipped, or get involved in meal planning.